I really don't want to talk about this, but I've been realizing it sooner and later that I have to talk about this. Now, to be honest with you, as a Christian woman, there is a lot of society expectations and, of course, society norms regarding being a Christian person. What I've noticed is that there is a lot of manipulation in the church than I expected it to be. In the context of not every church is a bad church. Of course, I'm not putting every church in a box. Please do not misunderstand me. But specifically, there is people who will use manipulation and friends who will use manipulation to literally uh, just keep you in the cycle of you being like where God doesn't want you to be. Um, I'm in a season of my life. I can speak of my own personal, like my own personal experience with this. I'm in a season of my life where God has been like showing to me a lot of things in the church that I am in the friendships that I have been in. And one thing that I've noticed is this constant pattern of trying to put you back into the same place. Um, but of course, it's not bad at sometimes, but it can become very toxic when you do not address this thing, when you do not reflect on this thing. Because honestly, you guys, not every friend is your friend. Not every leader in the church is your leader. Okay? Not every person will be your person. So you have to really come into the quiet times with God and really ask God, like, Lord, are these people meant for me or not? Are these people really my friends or not? Honestly, I feel like being alone is not a trouble. Being alone is not an issue. Solitude is not a problem at all. What the problem is when you isolate yourself too much to the point where you do not go outside and even meet people. I don't feel like that you should do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's bad. But what I would say is that, of course, every church is not going to be perfect. Every person is not going to be the way you expect them to be. However, you can't allow them to hurt you because God doesn't hurt you. If God ever hurted you, when was that? The enemy is constantly on those little lies to tell you, oh, you this, you that. No. What I'm going to say is that, honestly, you guys, if you have people in your life that are constantly using love to manipulate you or using God to manipulate you just because they want to control you and want to keep a hand of you, you see me blinking? Yeah, no. That has to go because otherwise the devil it's going to keep you in the cycle of constantly feeling bad about yourself, being insecure, and constantly going to the places where God didn't want you to be. God is a loving father, yes, he is, but God doesn't want you to initially be in places where you're constantly crying and hurting and being down because of these certain individuals in your life. No, guys. No. Okay? Absolutely not. You cannot be in places where people are constantly hurting you. You can forgive them 77 times. Forgive them. Do what God says. But sometimes, man, forgiveness doesn't always come with you being still with that person. Forgiveness comes when you forgive that person, you address it to that person, you are okay with it in your heart, you have forgave that person, you understand that forgiving that person is because that's what God did for you in the cross. Therefore, it's okay. There is no hard feelings anymore. But that doesn't mean you have to allow them to still hurt you even after you have forgiven them. No, you have to distance yourself from them, either by letting them know or by telling them like, look, I need to take this step in my life and I need to take some time to understand and be more closer to God. And I feel like that would be the healthiest, in my opinion, because taking some time off alone with God will make you realize so many things. I've came to realization of that when I deleted Instagram and my other social medias. For me, social medias were my everything, in the context of I posted my daily routines, I posted what I ate, I posted with who am I posted my happy moments, my sad moments in a real post. Everything was synchronized in a post. But the reality is that that's not the truth, right? You can't keep on being in an environment where you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, when you're constantly letting go of the idea that you have to serve God, but you are currently serving yourself instead of God, because you're idolizing people, you're idolizing the environment, and you're idolizing the platforms that you're using and forgetting God. And that's what I did with social media. And honestly, the reason why I haven't been posting on YouTube is because it's literally because I wanted to know what was I going to talk about without having to perform. And so here am I. Hello there. And this is my honest conversations with you, letting go of things that will hurt, like that, things that hurt you, or that will potentially hurt you if you get discernment by God and you know that this person is not the right person for you, but you still continuing to be with this person, then definitely, there you have it. You are definitely going to be in a cycle of getting hurt, going and blaming God why this happened, and then continuing back on again to going back to that person, going back to the same cycle, complaining God, and never finding joy in your life. The Bible says that joy is our strength. And where there is joy, there is our strength. Because God is not the God of sadness. Of course, He gave us the 5 emotions. Of course, He gave us the 9 fruits of the Spirit. But God initially also gave us the ability to feel joy and to become happy and to find peaceful moments with Him and to rejoice in His presence. But the enemy hates that, you guys. The enemy hates that to the point where he's going to bring you ugly thoughts, where he's going to literally give you people to literally irritate you. And God allows them for a reason, to teach you lessons, to make you grow, to allow you to be more closer to Him. Because sometimes we need to in our heads, because sometimes when we are too many distractions in our life, we are so distracted, we just want to be all out there, we want to idolize ourselves and all of that, and we forget the purpose that God has given to us. And when we get people that irritate us, make us angry, we come to get more the idea what's happening and be more self-aware, and God allows that to happen only for that specific reason. Okay? Now, for me it was like that. It has been like that in few situations in my life where I've come to realization hey, what is this about? If people say that a relationship, it's supposed to bring you peace and then it's from God, same goes for friendships. If a friendship is supposed to give you peace and it's from God, then why do we have to have drama? Why do we need to gossip? Why do we need to fall in love with each other? Why do we need to get angry at each other? Why do we constantly need to feel bad and seek that validation with each other? Oh, because we're not perfect. The idea of not being perfect, we know that. Everybody knows that we are not, we all know that we are not perfect. Yet we still try to become perfect, right? But I would say that something that's going to be from God, it's going to give you instant peace. You don't have to worry and think about like, oh my gosh, I'm still like, it will be instant joy. It will be peace. Of course, it would have complications, but not those type of complications where you have to like stress out to the point you're sick, or get angry to the point you feel judged, or anything of that kind. Because a true friendship and a true family that is definitely from God, I'm talking family in the context of church, is going to make you feel all right. And of course, some days you may not feel all right, but that doesn't mean like, oh, you're going to that place because you want to feel your own feelings. No, it's all about God. But the people who are going to truly care for you will be people who you will definitely know that they're from God. God will confirm it to you, whether that be for the church or whether that be for the people. You will not need to explain yourself to them when you're having situations that you don't even understand your own self. They will understand you, they will support you, and you will support them, and it will be mutual friendships and mutual love in the context to romantic partnership, which is even more important because the person you're going to marry is the person that you're going to be serving God with, and that is so important. And the same goes for the church. In the church, it's the place where you grow spiritually, and when you connect with other fellows Christians and brothers and sisters who believe the same faith as you, and serve God and worship God with you. But if they don't really are there for you to like give you a hand when you are falling, then the point is maybe that's not your church. Maybe God didn't want you to be there in the first place. So take this video as a sign, or I don't believe in signs because that sounds kind of like new age and spiritual, like, oh, this is a sign. No. So take this video as a message that where you're feeling hurt the most, remember God doesn't want you to be hurt. He cries, he weeps for you. He loves you and he cares for you. He doesn't want you to be in the places where you're getting emotionally abused by your friends or by the church that you are in. He wants you to be in a constant place where you feel security and you understand that this is from God. I don't feel confused. I don't feel angry. I don't feel sad because I know that I'm in a place where God wants me to be. If I have challenges, it's growing me, and that's okay. But truly, you guys, don't force yourself to be in an environment that you are feeling hurt, because God doesn't want you to feel hurt. So I hope this blessed you, and take care. Bye. Make sure also to like and subscribe and to support for further videos. God bless you. Bye-bye.